So welcome to the Happy Mindset, where we use the power of language and storytelling to help you find your voice. Today's episode is episode number 34, and today I'm going to talk about some things that have helped me this month to start creating a language learning course. So this month I spent a lot of time on creating a language learning course. I probably spent 60 to 70 hours creating it. It's called Mindset Hacks for Language Learners. It's basically helping people to understand the hacks, the principles, the ways of thinking to accelerate your learning of a language with the intention of communicating and speaking. So up until this month, I've been caught in this loop of thinking of I don't want to waste my time on something that people don't want. So before I did this course, I didn't know whether people would want this. I didn't know whether people would get this. And that was stopping me from doing it because I thought that it'd be a whole bunch of wasted time this month if I spent my time doing something that people didn't want. From taking action this month, I've managed to get out of that loop of thinking. And I've also realized that there's other hidden benefits to doing a course besides actually selling it. So from doing the course this month, I realized that it's helped me to structure my thinking. It's forced me to sit down with myself and write out a curriculum of what's actually helped me to accelerate my language learning in the past. It's helped me to realize whether I enjoy even talking about this. So if I don't enjoy talking about it, there's no point in even really doing it, regardless of whether people want it. So those were the key benefits that I discovered from just taking action and doing the course. The thing is as well, once I release the course, I get feedback on whether people get it or not. And I start to see as well what questions they have around it and how I can improve it. So these are all things that you can only discover through taking action and getting feedback in the real world. As well, it helps you to get over yourself. So I've realized that from doing this, you're putting your ideas out there and you realize they're ideas, they're not you. If your ideas aren't actually good enough, it doesn't mean that you have to suffer psychologically for it. It means that you get feedback and you can improve on it and refine it and adjust until you find something that works. So those are all things that that have helped me this month that I wouldn't have discovered if I didn't take action on doing this course. And it's funny because this has happened before in my past. Maybe I think 2 or 3 years ago in one of my jobs, there was a competition for entrepreneurs and to come up with an idea to make things more efficient in the day-to-day business. At the time, I spent about 40 hours creating a website, a troubleshooter, and I learned an awful lot from that again. So if I didn't actually put 40 hours into doing that, I wouldn't have seen how you can create a website. I wouldn't have discovered how you can just easily have 2 versions of a website, one in French, one in English. It really got me to think about things that if I didn't put myself forward and do that, I wouldn't have discovered any of that stuff from taking action. So I realized that was kind of a shift. So I actually got my next job around that same time. So I found that sometimes you don't know for sure what you're doing. You have an idea of it, but the best way then is to take action on it and see what comes of it, because you always learn from it then. The other thing that helped me this month was accountability. So at the moment, I am part of a men's online group where we set goals for ourselves. So you've got that accountability built in. So my goal this month, my challenge for the month was to create a language learning course. So I found that accountability really helped me. I didn't think I was a person who needed accountability. I've always seen myself as self-motivated and driven and I didn't really need a lot of accountability. There's certain aspects where I don't need it, but there's other aspects where I do. So I've discovered this month that accountability really helps me to do the things that I've been procrastinating on, that I've been putting off because I've just been stuck in my own head around things that I hadn't been able to figure out. So that's basically it this month. This is what's been helping me. There's some practical things of how I've maneuvered my own thinking. So oftentimes it's a battle of you against you. Oftentimes it's you're the one who's standing in the way of yourself. So this month, that's where I was standing in the way of myself, and they are the 2 main things that got me around it. So it was taking action and having that accountability as well for my actions. So I hope you've taken some value from this episode. I'm going to do some more of these episodes where I'm just going to share some thoughts, some ideas about like how I'm figuring things out, what I'm learning from the podcast, what I'm experimenting with each month, just to help you to get some insights into how you can go about doing it. A lot of this stuff is small little shifts and changes that you make each day that over time they build up and they build some momentum. That's how I've always gone about stuff. I'm trying to find a balance between thinking bigger and taking small action steps each day as well along the way to that. So I find that that's kind of an art in itself that I've been quite good at like taking the small steps every day, but I haven't been as good at thinking bigger and allowing myself to dream more and to really go for things. So that's something that I'm working on. In the meantime, I want to share with you the small little shifts and changes you can make each day that anybody can make that will make profound differences to your life over time in the long run. So thanks for listening. On the next episode, we're going to have an interview again. I'm going to interview Silk Celia, who's got a background in neuroscience and rapid transformational therapy, and we're going to talk more about the brain, how it's a pattern recognition machine, and how to start breaking the patterns that have been limiting us for quite a long time in our life, and so we can move forward. So that's the next episode. I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Until next time, have fun and enjoy the process.